So I figure I would cover this about genocide because I see a lot of people equating what's going on with this quarantine shutdown virus reaction as a type of genocide because there are similar characteristics of how the government is reacting to this virus and their measures of protection. And it has similar characteristics to what we have experienced in the past when it comes to Hitler, the Nazi regime, and all the different fascist stuff. And so there are two ways to look at genocide, okay? When you look at a body that has a percentage of healthy cells and unhealthy cells, well, a strong immune system will purge out the unhealthy cells. And so you can call that autophagy, you can call that apoptosis or apoptosis. You can call it purging, detoxing, whatever you want to call it. And so when you look at the body where it has that split of healthy and unhealthy, then relative to which side of that you are on. So if you're an unhealthy cell and the body is now trying to save itself and purge out the unhealthy cells, then the unhealthy cells are going to think that they are being destroyed. And you know what? Maybe they are because they can't seem to adapt to the body. The body has to get rid of the unhealthy cells that are weighing it down. Okay? And so if you gave a personality to every single cell in your body and those cells, hey, Julie, then will have a relationship to either they're healthy or unhealthy, they're going to have a perspective on what is going on in that current environment. And so when you take, that's at the micro level. So you have to understand at the micro level, the cells will have their own war. They will have their own genocide. Okay. And the unhealthy cells will claim genocide to the brain, which is like the government, and the brain, like the government, is trying to now purge out what doesn't belong. And that's what's going on with the jelly juice, is that we are purging out bad cells out of our body. We are trying to regenerate good cells. So that way we become a stronger human being. So we're not dying or prematurely contracting all of these crazy diseases and dying prematurely. So when you look at the bigger picture at the macro level with this virus, and people are given the choice on all the information. It's not like, the government hasn't shut me down as far as jelly juice. You guys are getting access to this information. So you have access to strengthen your body once you understand the science. You have access to all of the information as far as biotech and their research and all of their peer-reviewed studies. And then you can make a choice on what to feed yourself and your body. So this whole equating how the government is reacting to this virus as like a form of genocide, that's a very narrow tunneled vision type of perspective coming from a person who is unhealthy, who is feeling like they're being genocided because they are unhealthy. Okay? And so, yeah, an unhealthy cell that knows that it's being targeted, that it's trying to get purged, is going to feel the pressure of the healthy mainstream now saying, okay, if you can't handle the environment, if you can't handle and adapt to these measures that we're putting into place, you are essentially going to take yourself out. The government doesn't have to do anything. But then people project what they feel they respond to. And if they respond to the weaker parts of society, they're going to think that the government, the people, whoever is targeting them. Okay? So if you bring it down to the micro level, and then when you're doing the J juice and you're purging and detoxing, whatever you want to call it, you're purging, you're creating autophagy, apoptosis, yeah, you are doing a genocide against those bad cells in your body. And so any kind of genocide is where the strong overtake the weak. If you don't want to be overtaken, then you have to be strong. And you have to fight for what it is that you believe in. And if you lose, then you were never meant to win and be strong on this earth. And that's what it comes down to. It's Darwinism, survival of the fittest. It is natural selection, and you get to choose. No one's coming into your home and taking you away. No one's doing anything against your will. Yes, you have to maybe wear a mask when you go to stores, But that's fine. I don't go live in a store. I live at home. I don't have to wear a mask at home. When I go outside to my backyard, when I walk down the street, I don't wear a mask. But if I have to go into a store where there's other people and that's the requirement, then you know what? You adapt to the current culture. Okay? It's not that difficult. Bye.